A common thread in Universal Audio's product lines is the idea of bringing the analog sound of recording days gone by into the digital age that we're all working in now. And this is no different with UA's latest release in their Vault lineup, the Vault 876. With a total of 24 inputs and 28 outputs, as well as 32-bit conversion at up to 192 kHz sample rates, this USB-C audio interface has a few tricks up its sleeve, and along with it comes some exciting updates in the UA ecosystem. But before we discuss all of that, let's hear how it sounds when used to produce a track. The Vault 876 represents incredible value in a single rack space. It features 8 analog inputs, 2 on the front and 6 on the back, each with a combo TRS XLR connector, and each input is coupled to a preamp with switchable vintage mode and switchable 76 compressor, enabling you to shape your sound on the way in. Vintage preamp mode is an all-analog circuit designed to emulate the sound of UA's 610 tube console preamps by adding extra harmonics and color, while the 76 compressor is an analog FET circuit with 3 modes that emulates some classic settings that are commonly used on UA's legendary 1176 FET compressor. The vocal setting features a fast attack with slow release, the guitar setting is a slow attack with a relatively quick release, while the fast setting is more aggressive with a very fast attack and medium release. One obvious application of an 8-channel interface is using it to record drums, so let's go ahead and take a listen. I'm also going to show you the Assitive auto gain feature here. I'll use that to set my gain, and first you'll hear the most transparent mode of the preamp, then we'll hear some drums with the vintage mode activated, and then with the vintage mode and the 76 compressor engaged in the fast setting. Universal Audio refers to this interface as a USB recording studio, and given its feature set and tight integration with both UA's console and Luna digital audio workstation applications, this is certainly the case. The track I put together for this demo was recorded using Luna Pro 2.0, which is the latest release, and the Pro version is a paid upgrade, but the free version of Luna is available with this interface. And I also wanted to show you how the console app allows control over the preamp functions. You can control all of the preamp modes, phantom power, and polarity. For our track, I recorded both organ and guitar direct, and then used the Showtime 64 plugin for processing the guitar, and the Waterfall rotary speaker and Showtime 64 plugins for the organ. The Showtime 64 plugin is included with the Vault 876, and the Waterfall rotary speaker plugin is available individually or as part of Spark, and it comes bundled with Luna Pro. Let's go ahead and take a listen to the organ. It was recorded via a tube direct box using the vintage mode on the preamp, and first we'll hear the dry DI sound. A common way of recording organ, especially when left-hand bass is involved, is to use a low-pass DI output and send that output to a bass amp to reinforce the low end, as well as miking up the Leslie cabinet. So to recreate that setup, I've duplicated the DI track and set up my main organ track with the Waterfall rotary plugin, and then low-pass the duplicate track and set it up with the Showtime 64 plugin. Let's go ahead and take a listen. Now let's check out the guitar. First, the dry DI sound, which was recorded with the vintage mode, and then the processed signal from the Showtime 64 plugin. When I was coming up with this track, I thought, well, this could really use some horns, so we overdubbed a 3-piece horn section using the most transparent mode on the Vault 876 preamps. And to show you a different tonal flavor that's possible with the 876's preamps, we recorded a short excerpt of the horns with the vintage mode active, as well as the 76 compressor in the vocal setting. The Vault 876 also has ADAT ins and outs, as well as an ADAT mode, making it an excellent option for expanding the number of inputs of any ADAT-equipped interface. Up to 3 Vault 876s can be connected using ADAT to create a 16 or 24 channel system, and when any additional 876s are connected via USB-C, the system will appear in UAD console as one giant interface with software controls over the preamp features. There are 2 headphone jacks on the front for low latency monitoring when recording, each with their own volume control, and when used with the console app or Luna, these outputs each have their own Q-Mix capability. In addition to 8 ADAT outputs, the Vault 876 has 8 analog line outputs, and these can be used to connect up to 2 sets of monitors and switch between them using the Alt button on the front, or they could be used to send stems to a PA for live performance, or outboard summing, or for incorporating outboard gear as hardware inserts in a DAW. MIDI in and out jacks are also included, providing a simple way to interface older MIDI gear. One thing I noticed after using the interface for a little bit was how much I liked the front panel layout. There are buttons to configure each of the inputs, and it's very instinctive to use these. And then there are also buttons for the clock source, the sample rate, and also to switch the operating mode between USB or ADAT, as well as for configuring the metering, whether that's taking place on the input or the output. And there's also a monitor section with a volume control for monitor speakers and a direct button for low latency monitoring. And a good feature is the built-in talkback mic, which is a nice addition, especially since larger channel counts can often mean multiple musicians playing together. And that, my friends, is the Vault 876. I think the feature set represents an incredible value. 32-bit conversion, vintage preamp mode, and 76 compressor on every analog channel, and the expansion capabilities thanks to the ADAT ins and outs. But what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, this has been Andrew from the B&H Pro Audio YouTube channel, reminding you to always remember audio.